What's Bob and Slick Block? It's your boy D-Wize Gamer, coming back at y'all with another Slick Block vlog. Uh, yeah. So, me and Ma, we were talking, right? Uh, about the political sphere right now, right? And how,
That motherfucker just wants to argue. If you agree with them, they wants to argue. If you disagree with them, they want to argue. And now, hoes that don't want you to disagree with them all of a sudden got some new shit they trying to call motherfucking BLUE MAGA. So I told the bitch, I commented on one, I said, look, I don't know about this BLUE MAGA shit. But in my opinion, most of the folks, you know, this is about folks who criticize Joe Biden. It's people that get mad at you because you say something to them about criticizing the president, but they want to, you know, well, they can't take no criticism, but they want to be able to criticize the president. You know. And they call it the BLUE MAGA, and I told them, only folks I know is they criticize Biden. I said most of them, not all of them, but most of them is mad because they picked them win in 16 or 20. Okay, or they Trump coat.
yes.
And I told them, if they don't want to admit that this shit adds to voter apathy, basically. It's probably, voter suppression probably not the right word, voter apathy. If them motherfuckers get hot 100, you accuse them being part of the plan, honey. To stop motherfuckers from going out to vote, then that they vote count. But what else you doing? You ain't telling them to go out and vote for more progressive because that's what the fuck you for. No. You talking shit to thinking because we not progressive. Bitch, we progressive, but Biden didn't have no mandate. If he'd had a mandate, we'd have gave him a supermajority in the House and in the Senate. But that ain't what the fuck happened. They gave him a sliver in the House and a break even. There ain't even really a break even in the Senate. So hold and quit bouncing around here and acting like we each other issue an enemy. Bitch, you can criticize Biden policies all motherfucking day. But when you get to criticizing Biden, that's some personal shit, and you mad because your motherfucking candidate didn't win. Get over it, bitch. Hell, I was a burner. I wanted Kamala, or Cory Booker, fine ass. But no, we got Biden. Why? Because it was a coalition that could elect him. It's like you have to understand what democracy means. What building a coalition mean? We have to work together to say democracy. It don't mean your shit is the shit that have to happen. Mm-hmm. Okay? Now you hold give a fuck, you'll be fighting to win locally and controlling y'all motherfucking states and city councils and county boards and school boards and shit for the motherfucker continue to take over there and suppress y'all's asses, oppress y'all right there where y'all paying taxes and buying gas and grocery shopping.
True.
So while you tripping with a motherfucker on Twitter talking about motherfucking BLUE MAGA. Fuck BLUE MAGA. Fuck you motherfucker that don't want nobody to say nothing to y'all because y'all wants to criticize the president instead of coming up with motherfucking plan about whether, if you don't like this motherfucker, who y'all gonna put in here, who y'all gonna get to win all over, because the conspiracy that's going on is going on at every level, bitches. Focus.
Yeah. Yeah, and me personally, right, I don't get how you can call someone. Alright, so the reason, I just don't understand how you can call someone who cares and is worried about voter suppression and making sure everybody has the right to vote a MAGA in any form, shape, or way, you know? Because isn't the majority of people who are following the MAGA belief trying to limit the amount of people who can vote? And even if you don't want to take the step back and admit that your views might be helping or might be giving ammo or fuel to that fire, right? You should at least be able to respect the fact that someone is conscious or conscious of that fact, you know? Just because you didn't take the time to think about how what you're saying might be fucked up doesn't change the fact that it might be fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Just like they didn't give a damn about radicalizing these crazy motherfuckers that is trying to overthrow the government. You know, all the rest of I ain't gonna say we won't fight dirty, but we want to fight fair.
Right. Right.
And the difference is some of us accepted in our whole life thing, we live with a handicap that we have to overcome. Not a disability now. But I'm saying, like, you know, when you playing the numbers in sports in this game of life, it's some of us that our situation deal us a certain set of cards. You know.
Right.
And that's what you got to learn to come up on.
But yeah, that's one of the things that like will always be weird to me. First, on one side, you know, you shouldn't get in arguments with people on Twitter. Right? On that's one side of the coin, right? But the other side of the coin is, why can't we have a civil discourse, right, about the state of the country? You know what I'm saying? Why can't we? Why do so many people have to get in their it's not even really even their feelings. Why do some people gotta get defensive about it? You know, if someone calls you on your shit, take a step back, think about what you said, try to understand why they came to that conclusion, and then just rebuttal it. Why are you getting your like the fact that they called you a blue MAGA, means that they had no actual rebuttal to what you said. And that they were just in their feelings. They didn't want to think about it. You know what I'm saying? And that's my...
For me, I just say, stop labeling people. As a black woman in America, I'm just against people that want to put labels on people, that put targets on people's backs, because in the environment today, that's very dangerous. Just like Trump got crazy motherfuckers that'll show up somewhere and shoot up every motherfucking thing because, you know, replacement theory. The left got crazy motherfuckers that'll show up and shoot up everything because they think motherfucker trying to, you know, ruin the earth and, you know, whatever else they believe in this extreme left.
Yeah. So. Yeah. The country's been crazy, all right? The country's been fucking crazy since Trump got elected back in 2016, which should have never happened to begin with. But I feel like America's been on a downward spiral. And I don't know. I don't think Joe's the one who's going to be able to pull us back into the straight path, but he'll definitely lay the foundation.
That's
right?
why I said he wasn't elected to do no whole bunch of shit progressives and liberals want. He was elected to defeat Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Because the motherfuckers had wanted him to squash, but see, people didn't see it coming. People really didn't see overturn the road being coming, but like motherfuckers say, but her email, Hillary warned you bitches about what was gonna happen. Well, y'all put that motherfucking Russian agent up in the White House. That's neither here nor there.
But granted, you know, people don't like Hillary. So
Motherfuckers been like Hillary since now the people understand that she worked on Watergate. That's what the Republicans really hated her for. They had to destroy Bill because she worked on Watergate. Because them motherfuckers had any type of morality and was fucked up about real motherfucking crime. He wouldn't be in trouble for getting his dick sucked when a motherfucker tried to blow up the whole motherfucking Capitol and accost the motherfucking vice president and all the motherfucking shit he did.
yes.
So they don't give a fuck about liberty or none of that shit.
I told you, man. Back when Donald Trump was first getting elected and his whole grab her by the pussy shit came out, I was like, yeah, you can't be talking about everyone's equal when he is clearly stating that women don't have the right to decline his sexual advances. I'm not saying that Joe hasn't said some stupid shit, all right? But in his defense,
Mother think we elected him for his conversation. No, that ain't the fuck why we elected him.
yeah, in his defense, he was just elected to stop democracy from degrading any further. And I'm hoping that everybody's paying attention to all the shit and information that they should have already known about Trump that has come out, right? Because if y'all watched the hearings, y'all would have already known half the shit that Trump tried to do when he was in office. But it's just weird to me. It's weird to me how, what's the word?
He's an abuser of power. That's another thing that showed you his statements that he was making about women. He believed in abuse of power. He believed in taking advantage of something that he feels is weak. That he had been convinced by the right people that the American system was weak, that the will of the American people was weak, and that it was a group of weak-ass, weak-minded motherfuckers that he could play on them. I mean, he's always believed it's a sucker, because he's always sold a bunch of gimmicky shit.
I'll tell you
Whatever
this.
is the trend,
I'll tell you this, right? If Trump had succeeded in overturning America, making it a dictatorship, I don't think it would have went exactly how he wanted. Right?
So they assassinated him within a few weeks to put in who they really wanted him to play.
Because here's the thing, right? I feel like how Trump got his support. All right, unlike a lot of people, like a lot of my fellow blacks, who like to just say that Trump called on the racists and the supremacists. No. I think Trump, what he really touched the root of was the anarchist movement. I think he got a lot of people who were very into the whole idea of the American government falling apart. Because there's a lot of niggas with ambition in America. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody who thinks about, this is conspiracy. All right, I'm gonna let y'all know that right off the gate. This is a conspiracy I'm about to say. I feel like everybody who's been sitting there planning the last 15, 20 years for a zombie apocalypse or any other end of the world scenario where they've been planning on getting them and they boys some machine guns and heavy artillery so they could go and take over a settlement or protect their bunker or break into, any of them niggas. I feel like a lot of them niggas were praying and hoping when Donald Trump was talking all that stupid shit that he would lead to the government falling apart. Because if the government fell apart, then a lot of them niggas probably thought that, it'd be just like when America was first being founded, how they can just go and start taking over shit. And even for the ones who have political power, I don't think they understand how crazy a lot of Americans are, You know what I'm saying? Like, there are a lot of people who don't need a reason besides that they might not get in trouble to do some shit. Right? And if the government is in pieces, who's going to enforce the laws? You can just shoot any cop or anything that tries to come. And again, that's one of the few things that protects America, right? Is that we are heavily armed. It's one of the things that fucks America too, but it's one of the things that does protect us from a radical regime. You know what I'm saying? So like a few of those things I looked at, I was like, I don't think he's really, not just him. All right, there's like a few, like Mitch McConnell. I don't think any of them are really thinking this shit through. All right, and I realized that Mitch wasn't thinking shit through when them getting that one person, and he was like, yeah, this right here, this won't be able to be changed for some years. And I was like, yeah, you right. Yeah, what you did right here, what Donald Trump almost succeeded at doing, all that shit is going to leave a stain on American history that might rot. That might be the thing that tears America apart 15, 20 years later. You know what I'm saying? But
and it's a shame they'd rather see it come to an end than to see us come on top. So that's what's going to happen.
Because,
That's what's going to happen.
There are a few statements that I do believe, right? I do believe that the 1% will probably still hold power regardless of who runs the country. You know what I'm saying? I believe that, all right? I don't believe that if the government fell apart, the 1% would be like the fucking king or queen of the king of Norway, the queen of Britain. I don't think it become like that. You know, there's a reason.
Yeah, we don't want no emperor amongst Americans.
There's a reason, right, that the ancient nobility feared peasants. You know what I'm saying? They feared peasants because they were unpredictable and they were outnumbered. The same still applies to the 1%, you know? To anyone in these political power spheres, they're, what, 400 of them to the 50, it's probably not 50 million. How many millions of Americans are there? Is it more than 50 million? It's probably much more than 50 million.
Right. There's over 300, almost 400 million voted in the last election.
There we go. So it's like 400 or 500 of these people, and then there's like 400 to 500 million normal citizens.
80 something versus 70 something. So it is 300 and something million, I think.
So that's a huge discrepancy.
Well, hey, you need to know your own damn stats here. And I ain't your damn producer could be looking up stats.
I mean, you don't have to. I just wanted the ball range. I just wanted the ball range, and they got the ball range. It's 400 of them to 400 million. All right, even if it's less than that, or even if there's 1,000 of them, it's still 1,000 to about 400 million.
332 million.
All right. And even if the 1% could pay, let's say 50 million of that 337 or 27 million, whatever you just said, right? That's barely 10%. I think. It might be slightly more, but like, that's a small number. For niggas who have shotguns, rifles, assault rifles. Some niggas actually have miniguns and turrets. There are niggas with RPGs, grenades, you know what I'm saying? Niggas know how to make bombs and shit. If the government fell apart, how would you control those people? Really? You know? And that was the part to me that frightened me about Donald Trump's whole situation. Yeah, niggas stormed the White House.
Setting up shadow governments. They always setting up a shadow group that's run, you know.
Niggas stormed the White House. They were ready and willing to beat, shoot, and kill cops and hang politicians. And yeah, sure, Trump egged them on. If you don't believe that, they disagreed with who won. Sure, whatever. But the fact is, them crazy fucks did that shit. I don't think why you would think that if the government completely fell apart, they did that shit because they disagreed with the government's move, which they voted on.
They believed Trump, they bought into it. Trump knew it was a lie. And they had started deciding way back. They say that he was told back in March or April of that year, 2020, that he was gonna, he was double digits behind Biden, right? Mm-hmm. He was gonna lose. He wouldn't be able to pull it out. He knew he was gonna lose them states, those specific states that he did lose: Arizona, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Georgia. So whatever polling group he had, he knew he was gonna lose. He decided, him and Rudy Giuliani, early on they were gonna start sowing doubt about the election. He started early on saying if he lost, that they cheated. But he said the same thing in 2016. So he let us know then he's just a person that's a sore loser.
Yes.
You know, the only way you can beat him is if you cheat, because he's a sore loser.
If you've paid attention
be better than him,
to any of Donald Trump's
he ain't deserving
stories, then you would know
people don't like you, his motherfucking ass.
that he's a sore loser.
Ain't everybody like you. Oh, that's some crazy shit right there by itself.
But I knew then, right, when MAGA supporters, because I don't even believe all of them were MAGA supporters. I believe, I'm going to say 60% were MAGA supporters, and the other 40% were just anarchists, right? Me personally, all right. I know other people might disagree with it. They were all MAGA supporters and they were all
There
anarchists.
was a lot of people in that election. There was a certain group of people that voted for Trump because they were upset about Biden. They didn't really go third party as much as they did in the election prior that Hillary lost to Trump. They didn't lose as many people to third party. So Biden did get quite a few of the people that had went that way because they seen that they fucked up. Because if you can't win third party again locally, if your third party so motherfucking good, they ass needs to be concentrating on your city board, your city councils, your school boards, your city governments, your state governments, your state legislature, the judges in a lot of these cities and states, they can run for election. Concentrate on that shit like the conservatives did, then you gonna be crying about shit.
True.
They wanted to take over the judiciary. Why? So like they got the judiciary. They ain't got to fight. They can just overrule everything that comes before the court.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers ain't thinking.
I'm gonna say this, right?
Talking about Joe Biden. Fuck Joe Biden. You motherfuckers can't win no state shit and county motherfucking election and putting nobody on motherfucking school board to tamp down that whole ass shit they talking about critical race theory and whether or not you can assist kids in school that's struggling with their sexual identity or that already know their sexual identity but can't really, you know.
Hey, did you hear about the there was this one article about some kid in a Texas school who had painted his nails with the Monster Energy logo or some shit. It was like black and they had like some green Monster Energy stripes. And they sent him home for suspension and told him that he got to remove that shit.
You know, go back to stay on this side thing and get fucking with blacks and gays and women that you safe if you want to. Your ass can't stay freedom.
Yeah.
That's what the poem was about. About how they went for this group and I said nothing, they went for that group and and then they came for me and it was nobody to speak up. And that's how it's gonna be if you hoes gonna start fighting and speaking up. Especially young people. Young people, the real reason they didn't win this motherfucking mess. Y'all wanna talk about, we got some grandpas up there in the motherfucking White House and in the Congress and shit, but it was enough for y'all, goddamn me. Y'all could have sent all the millenniums y'all wanted to send. Or whatever is the generation that's been 18 since 2020 and 2016.
I think that's
y'all
Gen
just
Z.
as responsible as all us old motherfuckers that vote regularly.
Because according to my birth certificate, I'm qualified as a millennial.
Yeah.
Because I think Dante and them are considered Gen Z.
If you've been eligible to vote since you was 18 and you were since 2016 when Trump first got elected and you didn't do your motherfucking due diligence, and then when you found out he was a motherfucking fool, and you still didn't do shit in 2018.
Wait.
And you didn't do a motherfucking thing in 2020.
Wait, ask Alexa.
What?
What's the years between millennial and Gen Z?
Alexa, who are considered millennials?
Here's something I found on the web. According to PulseHeadlines.com, millennials are identified as anyone born between 1980 and 1995.
Oh, really?
So, Alexa, who is Generation Z? Alexa, who is considered Generation Z?
This might answer your question. According to Wikipedia, Generation Z, colloquially known as Zoomers, is the demographic cohort succeeding millennials and preceding Generation Alpha. Researchers and popular media use the mid to late 1990s as starting birth years and the 2010s as ending birth years.
Okay.
Huh.
So from the mid-90s to about 2010.
That's weird because last time, I think when we checked 2019, they said it ended at 1997 for millennials and then started in 2000.
What's probably hard is knowing what are they using as the marker, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are they using as the marker?
Well, I'll happily be
Like
part of the same generation as
95,
most of my cousins.
What would be unique or significant about that is that was pretty much when home-based internet became more of a thing.
Mm.
When I think about that, 94, 95 era. Because I can't remember in 93 did we have dial-up yet. I know if you had ISDN, you could get internet, but I don't think we had public internet. I'm gonna have to look that up though, because I think Gore was the main person that made it available to the general public. People always say he invented the internet or say he invented it. No, he sponsored a bill or something, I believe, that made it available to the public. I believe it's what the actual truth of that story is. But
No, I'm gonna just say this.
That's why you have to be careful with rumors and conspiracies.
I'm gonna say this, right? Personally, when them niggas ran to the White House, all right, I already knew then and there that it was gonna be a turbulent next 8 years, right? And I've been right. Right? There's been a lot more shootings. There's been a lot of horrible, crazy shit happening.
That's because they demagogues. That's what demagogues do. People who do a whole lot of criminalizing behavior in people just that they disagree with and things like that.
And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, right? I feel like a lot of this shit is both political. It's anarchist. It's anarchist. It's politics. It's a bunch of shit mixing together in this cesspit, right? Because I feel like the people who want to end the government wants us to get rid of all of our guns. They want to de-arm us, right? No. Let me finish explaining. I feel like that is the end goal, is to completely disarm us. I think we really just need to get rid of automatic weapons. Personally. I didn't say this a lot. It don't make no sense to me why you need 150 shots to protect your house. It really don't. It don't make no sense to me why you need a fucking AR-15 to go hunt a deer. I didn't say that a lot. I like revolvers, all right? I like bolt action rifles and pump shotguns.
Well, apparently the government don't really care what kind of guns we have.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is the people who use those guns and want to take them and turn them on innocent people.
But that's the thing. Anarchists, people who want to destroy the government, that's what they want to do.
Right.
All right? And a lot of them people do tend to lean towards the right.
But that's like we was talking about how in PA, right,
mm-hmm.
they banned street bikes and dirt bikes and shit. And
dirt bikes and four-wheelers.
Yeah, and it don't make no sense because we from the South. That's like the first thing you get when you a little tight is you get you a four-wheeler.
I got a moped, but...
And so, we didn't live out in a rural enough area, But anyway.
That was a nice little moped, too. It wasn't even rural. It was a moped for
to me, if they comfortable with banning those because supposedly if it's affiliation with gangs or violence or crime,
mm-hmm.
what is the problem they have with doing the same thing with assault rifles? To me, the assault rifle ban did not infringe upon anyone's right to bear, to purchase and bear firearms.
I agree.
And then the other secret they don't tell, a lot they don't, they hide is people still was able to acquire them because you could do private sales.
Mm-hmm.
And that was
auctions
one of the
and things like that.
And so people still got them. Because think about how popular Uzis and shit like that was during the 2000s.
Tommy guns.
But Reagan was back in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And if it had been an assault rifle ban all through that time, why would it? So, again, that's why people have to really think.
Although Uzis are considered submachine guns. So,
right.
Not technically classified as the same. But again, under the thing, that's why I said automatic, personally. Mm-hmm. Right?
And for me, I'm just thinking of something that rapid fire that can kill or injure a bunch of people.
I'm going to be real with you.
Because of all the shootouts that
I'm going to be real with you.
That's what they were using.
All right? We're running short on time here. This is what I got to say. Right? We ain't talked about a lot of politics. Personally, I don't think we need to get rid of all of our guns. I just think we need to put a stipulation on certain things. We don't need fully automatic weapons. All right? Yeah, semi-automatic is cool, but we don't need 100-round drum. Right. We don't need 30 to 300 or 500 round holders.
And when it's an emergency, we could do like they did in Ukraine. Shit, everybody know where to go pick up their motherfucking shit. if we have a zombie apocalypse or we have some kind of invasion.
No, I'll tell you like this, right?
You can go pick up that.
Why do you
automatic
need a 30 round when you can just get two 15 round clips?
Well,
you know?
Way, I'm just saying, it ain't like we trying to get rid of it. When you need the high power, kill up a whole bunch of motherfucker, fuck a motherfucker up shit.
Nigga, just work on your aim. Work on your aim. All right, stop spraying and praying. Work on your fucking aim. Go to the gun range. Actually, go hunt some shit. You know. Again, what the fuck are you gonna? Why are you taking a Draco to hunt deer? Like you're ruining the meat and the pelt. Anyway.
Maybe they want to wear their skin. I don't know.
You can't. You ruined
Maybe
the pelt.
Trying to help make the sausage. I don't know shit.
Lead poisoning, man. And then like they don't even use full coat rounds. They use like a lot of hollow.
We know that them arguments is some bullshit. Them arguments, but I don't know who that's for. But like you say, motherfucker that really go hunting, no, that's a motherfucking lie. Many motherfuckers just killed a motherfucker with a brown and rabbit.
Right.
12 pointers.
Right.
So.
Shit, go out to fucking Florida, get one of them airsoft guns, and go hunt some iguanas. Anyway, get your aim up. Anyway, this is D.Wize Gamer with Slick Block Mafia coming at y'all with another Slick Block vlog. And yeah, you know, me and my mom, we were having a talk about politics and the state of the country. And as y'all know, I am currently concerned with the state of the country because a lot of shit don't make sense to me. And I decided to record this conversation. You know, nowhere I'll try to convince her to start her own YouTube channel. She talks politics because she talks slick politics. And I think it's entertaining. Me personally, I laugh. I don't know if y'all found it funny. But yeah, this is D.Wize Gamer. And this is Gaming Mom. We some G-Stars and we out. Peace. Peace.